What's up guys, Fury TV here, and we're back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Well, we rejoin the feature table to find, wow, what a pot this is going off.
Oh, baby, Mattis.
So we're going to assume Gaston's opened and they've both peeled and it's probably gone check through, right, Ludo? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Look at the size.
No, actually, they must be limped. Gaston's limped the button because look at the pot size.
Yeah, you're right. He's limped, yeah.
And then it's all going to kick off on the turn.
Like,
let him value bet worse than the river. Let him bluff. Let him catch a draw if he's got some combo draws raised.
If he's got like 9-10 or something, like 9-5 of spades or something, like you're gonna have to let him bluff it on the river.
Well, she does re-raise.
But like this is gonna work out because Mattis has got an 8. But usually, I'm saying like if Mattis has like 9-5 of spades here, he's gonna just bin it because he could be dead.
Right.
Well, not dead with 9-5 of spades, you know what I mean? But some sort of like straight draw, flush draw, whatever.
Well, she limped from the small, so she would have.
Yeah, she's alright. Okay, I keep assuming that the button opened for some reason, but the button limped.
Yeah, 6 on the end,
if any at all.
Wow, she rips in for over pot.
Oh, I'm loving that. She's pretty sure that he's got an 8, and she's right, and is he going to be able to fold an 8? That is the question. If he folds here, good fold. Let's see if Mattis can find the fold, because it is over the pot. It's just over pot. So if you assume that there's no bluffs, I think you've probably got to fold. Good fold from Mattis.
Good fold.
Yeah, I think they got a bit too greedy there and shoved the whole Kabuna in.
Yeah.
The whole lot went in.
Under Armour, Jeff, that's a name brand. And speaking of name brands, American Airlines, James Clark, Razoo.
Nines for Frederick on the button. Well, this rail will go absolutely ballistic. These two find a way to get it in pre. Frederick just calling on the button. Everybody seems a little wary of James when he opens. Rightfully so.
Frederick has been flatting all of these sorts of hands all day. The only hands he has 3-bet. Oh boy.
Oh, he flops a 9. It comes Jack 9, 6, 2 spades. James does have the ace of spades, but he is in some trouble here with 41 million behind. Could this spell the end for the man they call Raggy?
Frederick considering if he puts in a raise here, he doesn't want to lose James. Maybe it's best to simply just trap and call with the sets. You'd have to be so certain that James has connected or has a hand.
So we will just call. 31 million in this pot. An ace on the turn.
Gosh. An ace from space delivered here for James Clark.
Wow. A set of aces versus a set of 9s, 5-handed at the PartyPoker Live Millions UK main event final table. James leads for 10 million.
Frederick is so excited right now. He thinks now James finally has a hand, and boy, does he ever. What a cooler here at this final table.
Frederick will use the time bank. All in, the snap call. You hear the eruption on the rail. If James Clark can dodge a 9, he will double up. So sick indeed. Just one out for Frederick to bust James. It's a queen on the river. The local gets it done. Set over set to move in.
Dash opening under the gun, king, queen. Jason flats the next seat with 10s. Griffin gives up his blind, jack 9. Jack 10. Whoa, Griffin is kicking himself for folding jack 9, but little does he know, he would have walked straight into the flopped boat of Jason. Dash, though, with his open-ended straight draw on 2 overs. Maybe a floppy wants a c-bet here. Try and put some pressure on pocket pairs. Some ace highs. 2.5 the bet. Easy call for Jason holding that boat. Dash needs to miss here. The worst thing he could do now is catch an ace or 9. That's exactly what he's done. Ace on the turn gives him Broadway. Already 10 million chips in the middle. Dash for just 8 million.
Okay, yeah, understand. Oh, yeah, it's our party.
3.5 it looks like the turn, but it is, pardon me, 4.4. Those greens, of course, 1 million is not the 500 case. Well, it says Jason's bet 4.4, but it is Dash who's bet the 4.4 with just about the 4 million behind. So ignore that graphic. It is Dash who's bet the flop, bet the turn, having a raised pre-flop. You see, he doesn't have any of the big chips left. Well, club on the river, not a card Dash will be happy to see, but he is going to move in with his straight regardless. And Jason calls with his full house, and that is the end of Dash. Jason up to 32 million in chips. Well, how happy is Griffin now?
Journey towards its giant guarantee.
helping that PartyPoker live.
Yep. £550 gone. Lots of stuff.
A week.
Open. This guy's cool, man.
Yeah. Open is-
Businessman turned poker player, just jumps into all the 25Ks straight away. Boss. Known to hang out with Charlie Carroll quite a bit.
Michael's raised under the gun. Open looks at sevens in the hijack.
Large sizing.
Goes for the 3-bet.
This boxing been going wild.
Foxer, we haven't seen play a hand yet.
Nah.
We've only seen 3 or 4 hands, I think.
Foxer likes to do some wild stuff. He is very aggressive. There's quite a few of those guys in this tournament, actually. A lot of them don't show up all the time. Because they have too much money. They don't need to show up. Oh, pray for me, Dempsey. Oh, it's over. It's over. There's another £530 down the drain.
Tom in satellite after satellite, both live and online.
Getting destroyed. But now I don't have to register anything. So I have a break, which is very nice, because it never stops.
Oh, Michael peeled the 3-bet and flops 2-pair on the Picasso flop.
I wonder what size Michael would fold for to a 3-bet here. Like, Orban made it 135. Let's say he made it 180. Do you think he'd call?
He just do it. It's just so pretty.
It's so nice, isn't it?
Oh my word! Orban checks back.
So this is going to get pretty weird for Michael here. But if you've watched Michael before on TV, he is capable of like working out and making some phenomenal folds.
I think he'll struggle to figure this one out.
Well, you bet and the guy shoves, or you call. If he calls, then it's going to be hard to not shove the river.
If he calls, then you feel Michael's just, yeah.
But if Orban shoves, it's kind of like, well, I only beat aces and like 10-8 of hearts or something, or ace-5 of hearts. I guess there's still quite a few heart combos like that he could have as, yeah. But I'd be pretty concerned. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah, well played here by Orban, flatting with the set on the turn, continuing to maintain the idea that he has a weak hand.
Even if you've got kings here, you don't want to. When you shove, what bluffs do you have? Like I said, there really aren't that many bluffs. You're already representing a strong hand, and yeah.
Oh, club on the river.
Will Michael check?
It's hard for Michael to give Orban credit for a flush, right? But he's
he
also worried that he might not get paid off because the clubs have come in.
He might bet like non-all in, like 200. No, he's all.
Does move all in.
Orban's going to be like, huh.
Orban does put it in. Michael turns over kings
nice,
up.
Nice quick call too. Yeah, you're just like, oh yeah.
How's your week going, Michael?
But when the guy snaps you, you know you're not winning. That's the problem when you shove the river. I mean, even if
on table orange here at our dual feature table setup.
Да?
Конечно.
Kazarian with queen 9.
10 хотя бы.
Ну да, нам перерыв небольшой нужен.
He limps in. Filatov going to raise it up with Jack 10 suited. Only 15 million more. Peculiar raise sizing, telegraphing his hand somewhat. And queen 9-7. Filatov open the straight draw. Kazarian top 2. Kazarian will bet 35 million. Filatov, remember, was the pre-flop raiser. He decides to play as a check call. 125 million chips in the pot. Wow, the turn is a king. This could well be it for Kazarian. Filatov checks the nuts over to Kazarian. And well, it's hard to see how this won't be the end. 55 million the bet from Kazarian. Filatov out of his chair. If he were to just call here and a river come a brick.
All in.
All in.
Well, he's gone for it. He's checked jam. He thinks Kazarian isn't betting twice without a hand, and I think he's right. Kazarian has played very passive for the last 40 minutes. Kazarian very worried about two-pair combos with a king. But he has called. He has called. Filatov has the nuts. Kazarian with queens up. Kazarian will need a queen or 9. Otherwise, Anatoly Filatov will be the champion. The pot 666 million. Ace on the river. Filatov is the champion. And cold deck in the end to finish.
Shove or at least a 3-bet, or at least a raise, right? From Philip. I didn't exactly see how many big blinds he had. I thought he was sub 40, but and just because the reason I even say shove. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. So we're coming to you live from PartyPoker 5K 5 million main event. There were 999 runners in this tournament, just one shy of the guarantee, but a really cool number. Also, the largest tournament ever in Russia, so pretty cool.
Good things for PartyPoker. They're doing a lot of things right. I'm a big fan. And there were a lot of Russians in the field, I think, right?
Yeah.
I was actually looking at the day 2 names, seat draw, and I was looking through, and it was just page after page of Russian letters that I could not read. I think there was like 15 pages, and just...
Real quick, back to the action. Folded around to David on the button, who raised with pocket 6s. Anatoly is going to defend from the big blind with 3-4 hearts. And now we see the flop of ace 6 7 2 hearts, where David's flopped a set, and Anatoly's flopped a gutter straight flush draw. David c-bet 5K or 5 million, and Anatoly has made the call. Wow, massive flop for both hands. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a crazy turn card.
This is going to be a big pot.
What would you expect Anatoly to do here on the turn?
So, I'm wondering if he's going to lead here. I think this is...
21.
Okay, he checks.
Checked over to David, and David has bet... Did he bet pot? They're going to count it out. He did. He bet pot.
Wow.
Wow, that is...
I'm not so sure about this. This doesn't really make too much sense to me.
Yeah, I would have expected David to bet somewhat, maybe in like maybe even half pot, because you have to put your opponent on something. I mean, Anatoly's not in there with no draw, and then that's a really bad turn card for a set there. I would have expected possibly even some of the time, like I might even check back some of the time, just for pot control. How about yourself, Mike?
It's strange, yeah. It's a sizing where he's folding out some hands that he'd like to get value from, and now it comes the 4th heart, so things are going to slow down a bit.
Wow, what an interesting way to play the hand.
Hola, mamá.
Renato limping in again.
Disculpe.
$10-6-6 the flop. Well, another cob one for Renato. He flops top pair. Papo flops trips. They both check the flop. Papo's leading the turn with a 3rd spade arrives. Renato's actually improved now to 10s and 7s. does make the call, of course, on the turn. 4-1 big blind. 12,000 chips in the pot as we see the Jack of Hearts fall on the river. Obviously not the best card for Renato to see. 8-9, Jack 8, Jack 9 all taking the lead against him. Papo decides to jam the river, 2.5 times the pot effective. This isn't the first time he's made an overbet shove in this heads-up match. Renato thinking with 10s and 7s, he does block a lot of the full houses. This removes 2 pair from Papo's range. Question is, does he think he'll bet this size with just a 6? He bet this size if he has a flush. Don't think he assumes Papo makes this bet with just a bare 6. This sizing.
No creo que
Does let it go.
No creo.
¿Qué cosa?
3 pares yo tengo.
No cree que.
Que yo.
Ah.
Well, could well have lost more in that pot. Would have had to call a smaller bet.
No creo.
Job getting ever harder for Renato.